Ronaldo.
Kaysha. Sushiraw.
She was more like a beauty queen from a movie scene. I said, oh mama, what do you mean? I am the one who will dance on the floor in the round. She said, I am the one who will dance on the floor in the round. She told me her name was Billie Jean. Now she was the scene. Then every head turned with eyes that dream. Being the one who will dance on the floor in the round. People always told me, be careful what you do. Don't go around breaking your girl's heart. My mother always told me, be careful who you love. And be careful what you do, cause the lie becomes the truth. Billie Jean is not my lover. She's just a girl. Claims that I'm the one. But the kid is not my son. Billie Jean is not my lover. She's just a girl. Claims that I'm the one. But the kid is not my son. Yeah. What am I under? No, Come on. 40 days and for 40 nights I was on the side. But who can stand when she's in demand? Her schemes and plans. Cause we dance on the floor in a round. So take my strong advice. Just remember to always think twice. Don't think twice. She told my baby we dance to breathe. And she looked at me, then show a photo of a baby crying. Eyes do not mine, oh no. Cause we dance on the floor in a round. People always told me, be careful what you do. I don't go around breaking young girls' heart. But she came and stood right by me, just to smell of sweet perfume. This happened much too soon. She called me to her room. Billie Jean is not my lover. She's just a girl. Claims that I'm the one. But the kid is not my son. Billie Jean is
Mic check. What up? Welcome to Club Shada episode number 186. This is your boy Kaysha, aka Mr. Shada, and I hope everybody's in good spirit. I hope everybody's doing good, that everybody's fine. I'm happy to be here with you guys, even if I'm tired. Slept too late, woke up too early. But hey, you know how we do. We have to do what we have to do. Yeah, I hope everybody's good. The sound is never the same. You know, you kind of realize at a point, it's not the sound, it's your ears. Your ears just update themselves and change the sound. It is what it is. Where is my wife put it somewhere. As always, this show, this episode 146 yeah, is brought to you by Shada and the Gods of Good Fortune. And I want to welcome every single new subscriber to this channel, including Tracy, Ferdil, Angela, Melly, MT, Rosa, Adelia, Alberto, Fulon, that's a long name, Portuguese, Alphonse, Daniel, etc., 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 etc. Welcome home, and make yourself at home. Don't break anything. Soon I need to buy myself a new chair. This chair, actually, I realized that the position is not a good position to stay seated for 3 hours. So sometimes it's uncomfortable while I'm being live. Excuse me, my voice is a little strange because I'm a little allergic to something, and I didn't take the time to take my pills before starting the show. But hey, we're gonna rock it the way we're gonna rock it. This is the month of October, so this is a brand new month. Welcome to October, everybody. Make the best out of it. As always, sponsor is here. This is Club Shada. The music that you're listening in the back is here. We have no stream royalty yet because it's a new month, and the first person who will do super chat via the little dollar sign in the back in the chat, sorry, will become the stream royalty until somebody comes and upbeat them, if I could say. So yeah, listen, support your show. Thank you to everybody who has been supporting the show. Thank you so much for your donation. This means a lot. You can also support this show by going to Spotify, Apple Music, Tidal, YouTube, and listen to my music. Listen to the whole album. Just play it in the back while you are cooking or doing something else. Or go to shadawear.com and buy yourself a nice t-shirt or a face mask or a hat or leggings. And without further ado, Ezekiel Nicolo, what up? Comment ça va? Monsieur Erwin Kabasele. Bonne nuit. Mr. Stream Element Bots, welcome. I know. MJ, what up? Queen Jujuzan. Bonne nuit. I hope things are going in the right direction for you in terms of finding yourself a new place. Hopefully. And if not, hold on. It's gonna be all right. Sirène des Îles, how are you out there in Canada? I hope everything is fine out there. I'm sure it's starting to be cold because here in Portugal, we just lost 10 degrees, but we're still at 20 degrees. So it's still fine to walk in a t-shirt outside, even if it's better to have a sweatshirt, you know. What up, Sips? Charlène, what do you do? Dahlia, quel show. J'ai regardé tout notre show tout à l'heure. J'ai kiffé, c'était super marrant. J'ai beaucoup aimé nos interactions. That was nice. Ow. Me too. I didn't eat them. I didn't eat nothing, but I don't know. Yeah, not comfortable. Maybe it's just need some space. Anyway, we're gonna make it. Hello, Elise. How are you? You good? Yeah, yesterday's show was great. It was really a cool show. Hey! Merci beaucoup, Sirène des Îles, pour ce super chat. Merci vraiment pour le support continu de show en show. Tu deviens tu reprends ton rôle de sponsor principal de ce show avec $11. Donc, écoutez, vous avez encore le temps de la dépasser. Ça ne coûte que $13. Just letting you know how it's going. It's 12 degrees out there and surprisingly warm. You call 12 degrees warm? Listen, 12 degrees here in Portugal is the winter. Hey. Boa noite, Bia. Some people love the show. Malcolm Beast, what up, brother? Malcolm, you remember when we used to meet at Doc's? I have to tell you my Doc's story. So how was your weekend? Non, terrible. Terrible. Non, c'était pas nous quatre, c'était nous cinq, c'était nous six. C'est un travail d'équipe. Damn it. That's crazy. That's crazy. Drink some. So, Portugal is now, let me get my tracker. So, wow, this has been crazy. So, let me see where I can see this. Last updated 2 days ago. Let me find my country, Portugal. I think in Europe, Portugal is now the country with the most percentage of vaccinated people, with 85% fully vaccinated people, which means 2 doses or 1 doses for those who had the vaccine, who had COVID already, like me, and 88% of the people who have at least 1 jab. So in Europe, I think no country arrives there. And I think in the world, I think it's the third country with the most vaccinated people. So we've been resilient. We've been taking our time and we now deserve, and hopefully it will make a difference, because with this disease, in this pandemic, and this moment in life that is unique for us, we don't have enough data. We have like 2 years of the situation, but that's not enough to know where it's going to be in 3 years, right? So, but as of right now, with the tools we have, before somebody releases a pill or a shot that you can get when you are not vaccinated, and that just helps you not get too sick, whatever it is, with the info we have right now, and the fact that the only solution for now that people decided that works, being vaccination, to be at least 80 to 90% protected, which is better than 0%. Everybody have their opinion, and listen, everybody's free to decide what they want for themselves. But with 85% of the population vaccinated, and really it's not that there's no debates, but it's not like in France where everybody wants to make it a political thing, or in the US where everybody wants to make it a Trump thing or whatever. Where we are here, with very resilient people who just want to go back to work and go back to having a normal life, and trusting their government, I guess. We had 85% people vaccinated. So the government decided that Friday, all the clubs can open, and all the bars can open until whenever they want, and everybody is free to walk in the street without a mask. And so Friday, or it was Thursday, my wife asked me if, indeed, my wife asked me if I wanted to take her to a club. And I think it's been years, like probably 2 years, maybe 3 that we didn't go to a club together. Because it's been almost 2 years that the clubs were closed here, and before that, I don't even know if we were going to club. Maybe she was going with her sister, I'm not sure. But we haven't been, both of us, just the 2 of us, in a club like back when we were, like 8 years ago. We would go out all the time. But we have a daughter now. Our life is different, so we don't club that much anymore, and together even less. So I was like, yeah, listen, that's a good idea. And for me, I've been, ever since I had the COVID, I've been suffering from anxiety. It's very mild. It's not like, it's strange, like when you've never been anxious, to realize that the way you're breathing, people are telling you that it's anxiety, and you are like, are you sure it's not something else? But after all the tests, they say it's anxiety. So I can understand that, being in the situation that I went through, this might create that for you. So it's true that I've been, especially the last year, since I had COVID, it's been a year now. It's been a year and 2 months. I only go out in my neighborhood. I have my walks around here. I got my restaurants where I go, and I usually stay outside. And I'm not scared of people, but it's been a very long time that I haven't been in a setting where I'm in a club. A club in Portugal closed, discotheque at night, with people coming to talk to me, etc., etc. So it is different. But listen, I'm vaccinated, and at a point you have to go back in if you don't want to become a recluse. So I told her, yeah, I'm taking you out Saturday. We'll see, either we go to Lust in Rio or we go to Docks, which are 2 clubs that I've performed in these clubs. I know them, I know everybody out there. Comfortable, this great place to take the wife. I don't queue, get a table, VIP, boom, chill. And by Friday, I start being anxious with the idea of being inside of a closed place, full of people, like, because it was a reopening. It was a reopening weekend, so I start seeing the videos from Friday. Club is full. So I'm like, yo, okay. And it's not that I didn't want to go, but and she was insisting. Are you gonna take me? Are you gonna take me? Are you gonna take me? I was like, yeah, I'm gonna take you. But then she was again like, are you gonna take me? Are you sure you're gonna take me? Yeah, I'm gonna take you. Like, don't worry. So but it started making me anxious, and it's really not that I didn't want to go. It's just that it's something that I'm not used to do anymore, I guess. And I've been used to just, when I want to talk to people, I got the people that I call during the day. I got my 10 people that I call. And when I want to talk to more people, I come here. But at a point, you have to go outside. So Saturday, we decide to go. So by 10, my sister-in-law came to recuperate Asia, so she can sleep with her in her house. And by 10 p.m. I'm here working. I'm on Twitter working on stuff, and I go to the bedroom to see if the wife is getting ready, because we will probably leave the house around 1 a.m. But at least and she's sleeping. She fell asleep. So I'm like, what's going on? And she's like, well, I have nothing to do, so I'm tired, I wake up early and I'm tired. I'm like, I don't think we're gonna go to this club. So I'm like, okay, do you want me to wake you up at midnight? And she's like, yeah, please. Okay. So go watch some YouTube at midnight, come back to wake her up. She will not wake up. She's like, yeah, I'm gonna wake up. So I come back I think I came back 2 times, and finally she wakes up at midnight and 45. So at least for her, she had time to sleep. I was just watching TV, I didn't sleep. And I should have actually taken a nap as well, because we wake up super early because of the kid. So yeah, I think we finally were ready to leave around 1:30 something. I think we arrived at the club at 2:30 or 2:15. I don't remember. So now that we are at the club, so when we arrive at the club, so we went to the VIP entrance and the table reservation, so it's in the back, and there's a little bit of congestion because now they verify your European, you must have your thing, how you call that? I have this here. You must have your COVID pass, your certificate, your European certificate, and they scan the QR code to decide if you can go in or not. And so of course we are vaccinated, and most of the people who were there were either vaccinated or they did the test in the morning. So you can do a test and receive a digital pass 2 or 3 hours after doing your test. So they have to check everybody's test before you get in. And then we got in. So we went to the VIP behind the DJ. So it was great to see a lot of people that I haven't seen forever, because that's the people from the night. And a lot of them, I haven't seen them in a while. So that was cool. Let me see if my wife did some stories. It became boring for me very fast, because listen, my whole life I worked in clubs. So being inside of the clubs when I'm not working, I'm not saying that I don't like it. It's just that it's not the same thing when your work has been going to clubs to perform. When you just go to a club, you just, listen, I tend to listen to music, I listen to this thing, but really after an hour, I'm already ready to go home. Usually, I like to arrive at 3 a.m., leave at 4. That's me. I'm not those guys that want to arrive super early and leave very, very late at night and just dance all night. It's really something I don't do. I like to just sit down, listen to music, talk to people, socialize a little bit. And that's exactly what I did. But at a point, we were a little bored because, we just came the 2 of us. So we didn't have a group. She was not with her sister or with other people. So once you did all the photos, you did a little bit of stories, etc., it kind of get boring. And especially if you just you. So, of course, met a couple of fans, did some photos. DJs beat me up, played my new song. What else happened? Met people that I didn't see for a long time, and it was great to see them. You feel like these big parentheses of 2 years really like disconnected everybody, and everybody's used to now being virtual. So it was special to shake all these hands, to have people talking near you, and nobody had a mask in the club because they're not mandatory anymore since we are all vaccinated. But still, like, at a point I was like, damn, I want to put my mask back, but I was like, yeah, So, but it was a great night at Doc's. And it was important also for me to go back inside of a club and enjoy being in the club. And this morning, we had to wake up super early because our daughter, so our sister-in-law, my sister-in-law sent us a picture of Asha, and she had one eye that was swollen, and we didn't know if it was allergies or just allergy, or more something like conjunctivite or something like that. So we woke up super early. We woke up like 10 a.m. and we slept around 6 a.m. maybe. And 10 a.m. we were just like, so she brought her home, and we had to take her to the emergencies just to check her eyes. And it turned out it was allergies from I think something they put in the water when she took a bath yesterday. So I didn't really understand exactly what my wife was explaining to me, but it was not something contagious, so she can go to school. But it was still a little stressful. And after that, we didn't sleep really. I had maybe a little nap. Then I went to another place with Buddy later today. Let me show you the stories. Let's see my wife's stories if she posted stuff from yesterday. Yeah, that was a club yesterday. It was packed. This reminds me of when we used to go out all the time together. That was, 8 years ago. But yeah, listen, it was cool. So we came back early in the morning, but that was cool. Let me see my story. Did I post something? Let me see. That's my video. No. Yeah. Yeah, it's more or less the same stuff. So that was yesterday, and this is today. I was with Body Sat where we went to the Moonshine crew. They did a shop party, so with Pierre Quenders and the Young Jesus on the 1-2. That was cool. That was a cool moment. Of course, we were eating. So yeah, that was my experience as in the night and going back to socializing. And like I told Buddy earlier today, I mean, when he dropped me home around 10 p.m., 9 p.m., I was like, listen, we have to do this more. Less just us between us and starting to go back to connecting with people and socializing and having dinners and going to do wine tasting, whatever it is, because that's how you connect, first of all, for a lot of things. And yeah, there's a lot of things that you cannot do everything virtually. So yeah, it was cool, I would say. Do I think we're going back to the lockdown this winter? It depends. I guess it depends from a country to another. because it depends what is your. It will depend what is the vaccination rate of the population in the country where you are, and if it's effective. It's going to be a test to see if it's effective this winter. Does it? Because I know that Israel had a lot of people vaccinated, but at a point they re-put some people on lockdown, not everybody, but I think the elder people had to take a third shot because the vaccine works for less time, I guess. So I think we're on test drive. I think we will know now that all the restrictions are gone, and that people can be in a club without masks and all mingling together. We will see in about 2-3 weeks if this creates something or not. So in the club, I have no idea if everybody that was in the club was vaccinated, or if there was a mix of vaccinated and just people who were they did a test and they were negative. So I don't have the answer. Simply, just it's a great moment to test what's gonna happen. Like even me, like vaccinated since July. Let's see how being around all these people, if it changes something or not. But I'm confident, but I think we don't know, and nobody knows. So what is interesting now is that you can go in the club if you're vaccinated, of course, but also if you have just a negative test. So if you're not vaccinated and you have a negative test, now you are around a bunch of people who are vaccinated and other people who have a negative test. And I'm sure there's some people who slip and slip in the cracks and they have a fake test or whatever. Let's see if those people, if they are around a bunch of vaccinated people, if the spread of the virus is really lowered by 80%, and how it actually translates in spread and in the cases. Like I think we have 100 or 200 cases every day. We back from 20,000 cases per day. So now that everything is open and people can go to shisha, to clubs, to this, to that, let's see how it changes everything in around 15 days, where if people have to be sick, they're gonna start being sick in 2 weeks. So we'll see. I guess we'll see. Then it really depends from a country to another. I don't know what is the situation in Canada. Maybe I should check. Let me see. Vaccine tracker. I have it. Oh, it's here. Hurts me here. It's all right. So wait a minute. Where's data? I just wanna hold your hand, baby. Yeah. Where's the vaccination tracker? So, Canada. I wrote Canada. Why can I see Canada? See the latest data in your region. Okay, vaccine tracker. I'm going to do it like this. Vaccine tracker Canada. see. They say that 71% of the population is fully vaccinated in Canada. Okay, it's less than us. We're at 85%. But I think it's already nice. Like, and it depends which part of the people. So I think the reason that when they put people on lockdown most of the time is when they want to protect, or they want to decongestion the health system. So it really will depend how many people get sick and how they get sick. Like if they go to ICU, or if they just get sick and it's fine, and they just have a little fever or something. That's when you see now that we have 70%, 85% of the population vaccinated. That's when you can really check the efficacy of this strategy. And yeah, I guess wait and see, ne? But I don't even know if people will accept another, in all the countries. I don't think people will accept to go back to being confined, quarantined. People, it's complicated. Man, listen, I like to get in the club, spend an hour and a half, 2 hours max, and leave. And I like to sleep an hour or two before. But yesterday I could not, so yeah. Merci. What? I was last in the club maybe 6 years ago. Man. Alright. Damn. We opened everything on July 1st in Alberta, after the provincial government says 70% of the people are vaccinated. Now, 3 months later, we are at 95% ICU capacity and contemplating a lockdown. Oh my God. That's fucked up. I hope we're not going to get there. But yeah. But when you say, yeah, 70%, yeah. Fully, yeah, listen. We'll see, hein? Bonsoir, milliardaire. I'm still not vaccinated, and in France, we'll have to pay tests mid-October. I know it's my choice, but it's like a little lockdown. We can live like others. Well, here in Portugal, so it's very interesting. You see, Julie, the French people are really, so I'm not judging people like you who don't want to get vaccinated. I know people who don't want to get vaccinated. It's their choice. But the French are acting a little bit, and some other countries the same thing, but a little bit like spoiled kids. Why? The free testing is paid by somebody, and it's the taxpayers, right? So, which is us, the French people. I mean, not me. I'm a Portuguese taxpayer, but Social Security is already completely fucked. So the fact that testing was free created in the mind of the French people the idea that testing is you know French people, how they are? C'est mon droit. they think it's a right to be tested freely. So they can go be tested every Friday, and then they can spend the weekend with their pass and then go back. And now I don't know how much will be the test. I think it's 30 euros in pharmacies. I'm not sure. But this is always the problem with French governments. They scared of the people so much that they will do, hey, go get tested, it's free. And then at a point they realize how much it costs them, because the labs, it's not the government doing the results. The labs are doing the testing or are receiving, and the government must pay facilities like SynLab and these companies between 60 and 100 euros. For every free test you do, it costs 100 to the state. So if you do, let's say if everybody, 68 million people in France, if everybody got tested in last year 10 times, that's 600 million, close to 700 million tests that cost 100 each. Or maybe they have a special price for the government, even if it's 50, that's billions. And we already cannot pay the security, so the social security, we cannot pay the people at the hospital the price they're worth, etc., etc., etc. And interestingly, in a country like Portugal, getting tested has always been between 65 and 100. And in other countries, it's always been something you paid. So, and only if you got COVID and Social Security take cares of you, then they have you tested and you don't pay for the test. And because it's the government taking care of you, and they have their own people doing the test and the whatever. But if you want to just like, you want to travel, you want to go for your leisure, something, it's your responsibility. So you pay 100. So people in their head here, and in Canada and in the UK and in other countries, they in their head, they know from the beginning that getting tested costs money. So when there's no, oh, by the way, now it's you're gonna pay. There's nothing of that here. So everybody's like, oh, listen, I'm not gonna get tested like every week. Some people don't care, but most of the people, they're like, no, I'm not gonna do a 30, 50, 100 test every week. Let me go get vaccinated, because they know how much it costs, and because the responsibility is on them. But because the French government like to treat the people like kids, and the people like to act like kids as well, now everybody's pissed about the price of the test, which is the price that they should have paid from the beginning. So it's super complicated, and yeah, this government is they should never have made it free in the first place. It should have been either you make it free and it stays free, or either you do like everybody else and people pay for their test when they need to travel or whatever. And if it's the government asking them to be tested for whatever reason, then they don't pay. But hey, so I believe that you're gonna have to pay test every time you want to do something, and it's kind of cumbersome, in my opinion. And so there's gonna be a lot of times where maybe you don't have the money, or maybe maybe you don't want to pay the extra money. So you want to go to the movies, you want to do something, you're going to shoot a movie, do a photo shoot, something, and then every time you want to go out, you have to get tested for 3 days, and then you it's a situation that is complicated, and maybe if if they were not scared of people or scared of taking decisions, yeah, testing would have cost some money from the beginning, and then you wouldn't be in that situation where you are, and then maybe you wouldn't even be, and if the media and the politics didn't politicize the vaccine and all these things, yeah, it would be different. But that's what's interesting with the French. If we told the French, well, listen, people are getting vaccinated around the world, but hey, we don't know about the vaccine yet. Let's wait. Let's see how it goes in the other countries, because principe de précaution. Yeah, we don't want to. Yeah, we don't know exactly what's in there. Let's wait. Everybody, the same people who are in the street saying, no way, nobody's going to put a vaccine in my... The same people would be like, no way, how come we don't have the vaccine? What the fuck? What? The African will have the vaccine before the Chinese have the vaccine. The Portuguese, wait, what? Those poor countries have the vaccine before us. Give us the vaccine. Macron, démission. That's the French. So, yeah, I don't know what to tell you. Good luck. Wow, that's crazy. Yeah, because for now they can't vaccinate them, like they didn't test on them yet. Mountain, what up mon cousin? La dernière fois que je suis allé en boîte, j'avais 18 ans, c'était pour les fêter. Aujourd'hui, j'en ai 33. Damn! You need to go clubbing. I went clubbing from 18 to 40. Probably I went clubbing 4 times a week. To work, to chill, and then I just got tired. Tatiana, how are you? I never went to a club. Wow. Listen, we'll take you. She knows. Well, listen. Maybe one day you'll go. True. Too old for clubbing. Je me fais draguer par des petits jeunes, ça m'énerve. Faut apprécier. Let's see, I never used these tests for having fun, movies, club, etc. Can go, so it's like that. It's just when I'm going to the hospital. Yeah, but at a point you're gonna have to start living again. You see what I mean? It's just like me. I just created a life where I'm always at home, and I just go around my neighborhood. So I'm inside of my 10 kilometer street. But I think it's at a point it's time to go back to being alive, right? Because it's also part of what makes us us. You're gonna have to socialize and do stuff and move and so at a point you're gonna have to find a solution, because it's gonna cost you too much money to do tests every 3 days or every week. And maybe at a point you're gonna be like, yeah, listen, there's been like, I don't know how many people vaccinated in the world now. It's been what? It's been a year. Yeah, listen, there's been so many people get vaccinated. Most people are fine. I would say that 90.99% people are fine. And take the leap of faith. You don't have to do the new vaccines, the RNA ones like I did, the Pfizer, Moderna. You can take the Janssen, which is it's a regular vaccine. It's just like the yellow fever vaccine. This is the same type of vaccine. So And in the history of vaccination, there's never been any vaccine that doesn't show serious trouble in before, I mean, after 6 months or 6 weeks. So it's been a year now. Most people who've been vaccinated a year ago, they're still here, they're still fine. So, I understand a lot of people are playing fear and they are here. So I'm not trying to convince you. I'm just saying that at a point, it's not a question of, well, listen, you can still get COVID. Like I hear this all the time. Yes, you can. You can, but having 90% chance of not having it compared to 90% chance of having it, I mean, there's the benefit here. So you have to choose the risk and benefit but listen, the choice is up to everybody. I'm not here to give lessons. I'm not here to, it's just that, this situation has created, like, this thing happens in a world that is completely lacking nuance. And I think the people need to have a little bit of nuance. We cannot treat the people who don't want to get vaccinated like if they're all a bunch of idiots, like anti-vax or whatever. You have to understand that each individuality have their reasons. Some people are scared, some people don't believe, some people don't trust, and they have their reasons. So you have to learn how to convince people in the right way. You have to learn how to, I know some people, they didn't want to get vaccinated, but they got vaccinated because convenience. They were like, no, I'm not going to do tests every 3 days. Hell no. And then, they were stressed for 2 days. And now they're cool. Now they even forgot. Like, all of us, like, it's just like the rest of the vaccines we got. I don't know what's in the tetanus vaccine. I don't know what's in the, like everybody's saying, we don't know what's in, I don't know what's in the rest of the vaccines either. And we still have all of them. My daughter have all of them. So, I guess we it's really up to how you want to live for the next foreseeable future. How you gonna do if there's, let's say, if we wanna organize a show. We wanna organize a show and it's, I'm performing in a club and it's just like they decide that it's only when you are vaccinated that you can enter because for their own liability. It means that you're gonna lose that. And you're gonna lose so many things because of a choice that is like, I believe most people, when I listen to most people from both sides, the choices of people are not because of their own research. Most of the time, everybody's just watching too much TV, receiving too much stuff on WhatsApp, on Facebook, on Instagram, and they're just choosing a tribe because this is how we are now. Everybody wants to be in the tribe of this or the tribe of that. I believe people have to really start researching for their own and not trying to find things that go with what they agree with. Trying to go to people who are like respected people, not people on WhatsApp, and just see what they say. What is the pour, what is the contre, how, and then just go from there. Take your time, read more, read more. See, look at the cases, look at the numbers yourself, not the translation of the number by somebody who's trying to fit them into their own narrative, which is what I see on TV all the time. The people who want to force everybody to be vaccinated, they take the numbers, they say something, and the people who want to convince everybody not to, they take the same numbers and they say something else, and you're like, yo, like, and the media, they love putting these people fighting together because it makes money. So once you understand that, you're like, yeah, okay. That's true. That is even more true. The situation is not complicated. It's the people who are complicated. I fully agree. Moi, ça fait peut-être que je n'ai pas été clubé. J'allais dans des day parties à la place. 2 ans, ok. That was missing. To travel to Europe, you have to get tested before your departure and then again when you land. Oh, listen, Ellis, when we went to Congo, we had to get tested here and also in Congo when we arrived. And in Congo, it costs $50. Listen, testing is the ultimate racket. It's perfect. It's a way to make money and to force people. They don't have the choice. You want to travel, you're gonna pay 100 here and 50 there. And everybody's making their money. Governments are making a ton of money. Listen, COVID, for a lot of people, it's a nightmare. And for a lot of people, it's an ultimate, beautiful cash machine. I don't know why testing costs 100 euros. You're putting my Q-tip in my nose. You take the Q-tip, you put it in some water or some solution, and it gives you the results. That's it. You go, you check the sample in the microscope or whatever you do, and it tells you, yeah, this is COVID, this is not. And this costs 100. Please. I believe that it will still be some money machine, yeah, money grab, yeah. But this should cost 30. That's enough. We've done all the testing that they do, the amount of money that these companies made, is crazy. So, yeah. And in Congo, listen, they don't care. You already have the test. They just want to make their money. In Congo, it's even worse. It's the usual corruption. In Alberta, for a long time, free public tests were not available if you did not exhibit symptoms. Yeah, like here. They were only available to you if you were sick. Yeah, same here. Tests for travel and other different things are available at private labs for the price of $75 and $15 for a signed paper result. That's it. If you get people used to something, it's hard to have them to take it out of them, especially in France. But in most places, it's the same thing. Still have to something to have to pass here. Comme ça, je pose une question. Comme ça, tu as fêté comment ta majorité à l'époque? Et à quel âge as-tu été pour la première fois en boîte? Est-ce que tu rappelles le nom de la boîte? Le nom de la boîte, j'en ai aucune idée, mais je suis allé en boîte la première fois à 17 ans, je crois. Yeah, 17 with my sister. And my 18 now, restaurants. But I was not a clubber, I was more a computer guy. And then it's because of music that I started going to the clubs a lot. But I had no idea what is the name of the club. Right now, restaurants, concerts are closed to non-vaccinated people unless they have that 75 in the 24 hours prior to going to the venue. It's not financially viable for most people. Yeah, exactly. And in a way, it's a way to have them decide at a point, listen, if you go to a free concert and you have to pay 75 plus the ticket, plus they're like, let me just go get vaccinated. That's why they do it. And yeah, I mean, at a point, if you are a club, let's put ourselves in the position of a club now. Your venue was closed for 2 years. For 2 years, you didn't make money. You couldn't pay your people. So everybody just was at home getting fat. Now, people announced that the clubs can open again. And in your club somebody catches COVID and that person was not vaccinated, was not tested, whatever. Now, the states closes your club for 3 weeks, administrative close, because somebody catch COVID in there. So there's virus in your club. Boom, first punition. Now the person who has COVID cannot go to work, whatever. Let's say they sue you because they got in danger in your club. And you are the one who came in without being, your club should be this, should be that. And you lose. Now you have to pay $3,000 for the girl because she lost 2 weeks of job or whatever, and she has emotional distress. And you have to pay a fine of $5,000 to the government. And you have to stay closed for 3 weeks, which means you're going to lose another $30,000. If I'm a club owner, I'm going to say, oh, you motherfuckers, present the test at entrance. And I want the one with the QR code. I want a one that I can beep and see if it works. And I want to read vaccinated, 2 doses. And if not, red thing, you cannot get in. Green thing, you get in. Because at a point, the liabilities become too cumbersome for a club. Like a club cannot go and open after all this time and being able to pay all your employees, and you have to close in a week because somebody catch COVID in your club. So it's the same thing for anything. Like, you don't want to get shot in a club. That's why you make sure that people don't enter with guns. You don't, like, all these things. Something weird happened here. Canada, Sinopharma is not recognized. That means Asian will got 4 shots to be officially vaccinated here. Yeah, I believe that either it's a political thing, or is that the fact that they must submit to the testing by the Canadian Health Authority, and maybe they didn't submit. I don't know. But yeah, everybody will accept their version of the past. Listen, in Africa, for example, it's the same thing. If I go to look, I'm fully vaccinated. I have here where is it? I have my pass here, right? I have my certificate, my EU certificate, that normally, yeah, that's my name, etc. I should go to Africa and say, yeah, look, but he only works in Europe. He might not even work in the UK. So all the countries have to harmonize and decide, hey, listen, the guys with your thing, if you as a country, you decide that this person is clear for me too. But it means that if my people go to your country, they're clear too. But look, in Congo, like I said, you arrive with your full vaccine. They will keep saying, no, you have to get tested because we don't accept the European pass. Yeah, but I have a card. I have a card from Pfizer that says that I'm vaccinated. And in Congo, it's the Moderna, the Janssen, and the Pfizer as well. So it's the same vaccine. What is your problem? I know you came from Europe. Pardon, faut payer $50. Give us the $50. Money. So I think countries will harmonize. Like, which is interesting is all of us can complain, but we have to understand countries. With like everything, you have to start having some organization, and you have to also make sure that you don't let people enter from other countries that have the security of their pass and thing. People cannot buy it, and we're not gonna act like some of our countries are not full of crooks that will buy their certificates, look, even in France, people can buy real certificates because some doctors who are They're with the cause, they're against the government, they're against the vaccine, etc. They will do you a fake, he's been vaccinated, just for you to not be vaccinated, but still be able to do whatever you want. That's where we are, because people politicize the conversation. Telling you. What the fuck? Canadian dollars? How much that is in euros? That's a lot of money. Me when I went to Congo, so it was me, my wife, my sister-in-law, and my daughter. And everybody had to do the test here. So that's 4 tests. We pay 60 per test. So that's 240 plus another 4 tests in Congo. So that was a $50 per test. So that's another 200. So 400 and something just in tests. This is crazy. And that's why some people will cheat, because they can't. Nadia, tell them. Hey, put some likes. Nadia's crying, guys. So listen, give me a second. I need to pee. Let me play you some music. Crickety crooks. C'est ça. Moi, je sais que je peux vous laisser. Le chat a sa propre vie. I know it. Uh, so I want to talk to you about seems some it's good now. I have a lot of subjects, but I don't need to get them all at the same time. So I want to talk to you about freedom. What was the name of my episode? Yeah. I want to talk to you about the interesting thing where, it's very interesting how when you are in a certain position and you are an independent artist, a lot of these people where's my damn it a lot of these people, interestingly, they try to buy the freedom back. And it's funny how, people don't know me. The people that I talk to that work at those big companies, Universal, Sony, Warner, etc., they don't know me like the people that were there before them. Because it's, younger people in their 20s, in their 30s. They just arrived in the game. They see one of my songs blowing up in TikTok and they're like, yo, this song is blowing up in TikTok. We should go and try to put them in our catalog. And they don't realize that I've worked for the last 20 years to stay independent because I've been traumatized by rejection. The rejection from these people who didn't understand what I was doing, didn't believe in what I was doing, barred me from being able to use their media, their platforms. So I built my own platform. I have my YouTube, small little empire. I got my 700 masters. They're mine. It's my work, my label, the last 25 years of work. I got my investments. It's my little thing. It's nothing to compare to what they have. But I do my stream. I make a good living. I got the good people here supporting me with their super chats, and I don't feel like I need to sign away my freedom from the big record companies or any company to be able to continue to be free, because I know what it feels. I know what it feels to have people come and tell you, oh, the song is great, but you have to change the guitar. You see what I mean? You're gonna have people, their dream is to sign to a big record company so that they want to sign to record companies because it's the only way for them. And they're ready to take an advance of 10,000, 30,000, 100,000, 5,000, 1,000, 1 million, depending on what you have, right? But listen, we are in a world where all of us today, look, yesterday I was on Dalia's show. For those who came, amazing show. We stayed 3 hours live. Conversation between 5 people. Dalia and Mountain of Inspiration are in Canada. I'm in Portugal. Gabrielle is in Paris. And Queen Pei is in London. To create a duplex like this, back in 20 years ago would cost millions. You would need to have full production studios with satellite beaming and from everywhere at the same time, and you would need to be able to synchronize all the voices of everybody, etc. Today, with programs like Ecamm that I use or StreamYard's, links are in the description, you can do all this for almost nothing. To create something like this, Club Shada, is gonna cost you like $300 per year. So that's what, 30 per month, and you have a show that looks like a TV show, and even better sometimes. The light I use there costs $100. This one costs nothing. This one costs, I don't know, $30. Okay, the camera is the most expensive part, probably $1,000 and something. But then I could do it just with my phone, like the first episodes, right? So what I'm doing here, as long as you have, sorry for my nose, as long as you have any talent and any patience and the drive and the motivation and the ambition, all you have to do is do. Stop thinking about it. Just do. And a lot of people, they prefer going and signing their rights away to all these companies. And listen, I don't believe that everybody should be independent. Some people should work for somebody or should sign somewhere. Maybe you have great ideas, but you really don't want the technique, all these things, and maybe you don't want to have to be like people like us who want to risk who want to risk. You see what I mean? Yeah, as soon as I'm done, I'm gonna do that. And some people, they don't want to go through the things that I go through. They prefer receiving a salary. Some people will say, listen, I understand this show, whatever, let's say the part of a podcast, and the podcast generates in revenue sometimes 20,000, sometimes 100,000. But them, they have a fixed salary of 5,000. Or they could have a percentage based on how much it goes. Some people will say, I don't want a percentage. I want my 5,000. I want a contract for the next 3 years. You hire me and you will pay me 5,000. And that's it. Every month. Some people prefer that because they are not entrepreneurs. They are not the type of people who have that ambition and whatever, and it's fine. It's okay. But people like me who have that type of ambition, I kind of find it insulting, the calls that I get. For the last 2 years, I've received around 10 calls or 10 proposals to sell all my work. To sell all my work or to let other people license my stuff. So, and sometimes the numbers are ridiculous. So I had a proposal, for example, for the Something Going On remix on TikTok. It's been booming, which make the views, the streams on Spotify, Apple Music, Tidal, and all these places explode up. And the guys at some people from a big record company, like one of the big three, they send me a message. Hey, what up? What up? Yeah, listen, we would love to give you an advance of 3,000 so you could maybe shoot a video for your song, and hey, after that we will give you a percentage of 40% of the money we make after recuperate our advance. So wait a minute, you want to give me 3,000 to exploit my song that I'm already exploiting by myself, so you can make 60% of the money and I would make 40% after you recuperate your 3,000, which means that you're gonna recuperate your advance from the money that you're supposed to give me. So it's not when you make 3,000 from the song, it's when you make 3,000 from my 40%, which means that I need to make 7,000 before you pay me for my song. That is already a hit, that I already shot the video in 2017, that I'm already like perform 1,000 times in clubs, that I made all the money that we're supposed to make, and now I'm only earning bonus money, and I'm on 7,000 playlists, and you're here telling me that we have a network of playlists, we're gonna try to put you in the, you're gonna try. Listen, some people, when they receive an email from Universal, Sony, Warner, and all these companies, and even the big independent, when they receive emails from these people, they get so excited and they, oh my God, yeah, listen, let's talk, can we meet? I'm the guy who don't reply to their emails. They send me a message, I reply, yeah, tell me. They come, they explain to me how much they want to give me. I read the email and I was like, are they kidding me? And I don't answer. I let them in the wind because I don't need them. Those 3,000, that song already made, that remix already made that money. And I don't need to shoot a video. There's a video already. And there's a bunch of TikTok videos. So no, I'm not interested. I'm fine by myself. Now, so I was like, yeah, whatever, they try. Now somebody tells me, yo, listen, we are ready to give you an advance of 200,000 euros for your whole operation. I'm like, what you mean your whole operation? So that's another company. I mean, actually, it's a friend that worked for a company. Bro, listen, we're ready to give you 200,000 for your whole operation. When you say my whole operation, what you mean? We want sushiraw, we want Black Buddha music, we want Kaysha, Jana Marie Diamantero, etc., etc. We want Club Shada, we want your YouTube channel, we want everything you make, and we want to give you an advance of 200,000. And then we will just exploit. It's yours. It stays yours. But we will pay you an advance of 200,000. And once we recuperate our advance, of course, we will give you 30% for the next 3 years. And after the next 3 years, we will give you your thing back, but we will push this, we will promote, we will full of promises. And I'm like, so wait a minute. You understand that my whole operation, as you say, the YouTube channel, the songs, all the songs that I own from other artists, my whole operation can generate the 200,000 in 2 years. I would say, yeah, maybe 3 years, 2 years and a half. So why would I take an advance? Why would I take an advance when I'm making the money already? If I make, I don't know, 8 to 10,000 every month from my whole operation, why would I make 30% of it? And the person replies to me, because we give you 200,000 now. And I'm like, why would I go from making 8,000 every month to making 3,000? Because you're gonna give, okay, let's say, okay, let's calculate. So I tell the guy, let's calculate. I'm taking your 200K. Cool. So if I take your 200K, it means that now I have 200K. I'm gonna have to live with this 200K, right? Since I'm not gonna make any more money from nothing. When I receive a super chat from Sirène des Îles or from Matt Music or from Charlene or from anybody, this money will go to you. When I make views from my YouTube channel, this money will go to you. When I make streams from or sales from my songs, all this money will go to you. So now I have 200,000 that I'm gonna have to use. That's for the next 3 years. So if my rent is 12,000 per month, it means that I have to put 12 and 12, 24 plus 12, 36. I have to put 36,000 already in my rent to make sure that in 3 years or maybe in 2 years there's a problem, right? And then I have to live. So I'm gonna have to pay my kids' school, pay this, pay that, live, invest, etc., etc. But I'm not making money every month anymore. I'm just having the money that you gave me. But wait a minute. So 200,000, 30% of 200,000, that is 60,000, right? So you will pay me 60,000 per month after you recuperate your advance, which means that if, let's say, it stays the same as it is, fake numbers, let's say my catalog generate 100K a year. If my catalog generates 100K a year, you will give me every year 30K, right? So after 3 years, you will have generated from my catalog 300K. This is why you want to give me 200 so that you can make an extra 100. Okay, cool. But you will not give me any money every year until you recuperate your 200K. For me to give you back 100K, your 200K, I need to make it's not like in the first 2 years they make 200,000 from my catalog and they're like, yeah, yuppie, we got our money back. So starting year 3, we are giving you 30%. So now you get every year, we will give you 30K from the money we made from your catalog. No. What they're gonna tell you in 3 years is, okay, so we made 300,000. We made 300,000 in 3 years. So divided by 10, that's 30K. 30K multiplied by 3 years equals 90K. So we made 90K from you. No, you made 300. No. Your share of 30% made 90K. You still owe us from your share because the other share is our money. From the 30,000 the 30% that we give you every year, you only made 90%. So You need another 3 years to pay us another 90,000. Meaning that you will need to generate 600,000 so you are able to pay back your advance of 200K. So the first 3 years or the first 6 years, you will only make 200K. That's it. For 6 years, they're gonna give you 200K now. That's your advance, and now you're gonna see on your account, you will see minus 200. After 1 year, you will see minus 170. After 2 years, you will see minus 120. After 3 years, you will see minus 90,000. And another, so let's say after 3 years, now you have to spend, let's say okay, you spend 50K in the first year. Let's say in 3 years you're gonna spend more than 50K, but okay, imagine you live lean, you only spend 60K. You're gonna have to take another 60K to pay 3 years of rent and life, and now maybe you're gonna have to live for 6 years with your 200K. And you're gonna have to pay taxes on the 200K. So after 3-4 years, you don't have any more money, and now they are making money from your catalog, and you have to wait for another 3 more years before they give you your stuff back. Because they will say, hey, listen, our contract is over, but since you didn't pay us back, we're gonna keep using your catalog until we pay ourselves back. So, well, listen, maybe another year, we'll take 100% of the money so that you can be paid back, or if you want, we do 50-50. Let's see something, and that's how you get fucked. And those people, you have to understand what's going on in the new digital economy right now. Every artist can make their money themselves. Everybody can start a YouTube channel and start making money from the YouTube channel. It can be small in the beginning, but in 10 years it can become huge. This show, I don't intend to generate more than, I don't know, but it's not a show where I said to myself, hey, I'm gonna make like 5,000 every month from Club Shada. Why? Because I have the rest of my businesses that I'm making money. Because I took the time to create enough songs that songs make me money. Even if I could stop releasing songs every week, I'm fine. And what I'm doing with Club Shada is the same thing. I'm gonna make enough episodes that maybe when we arrive to episode 500 or episode 600, this show is now generating 2, 3, 5, etc. thousand from published. Maybe I hire somebody that will just find advertisement, etc., etc. But it takes time. When you are a builder, you know it takes time. So you build episode after episode, 2 times a week. You just come. People have a good time. We have conversation. We create communities. The communities grow. You have original people like Joel Amen, like Dahlia who are here. You have new people like Charlene who arrive. That's how you build the community. In 2 or 3 months, Charlene will be an OG and she will say hi to the new kids on the block, whoever will arrive from, we don't know where. That's the beauty of it. And at a point, it becomes a business. But those people, they used to make millions out of selling CDs and etc. In the streaming world, they still make a lot of money, but not that much money. So what they want to do, they want to consolidate. What they want to do, they want to buy your freedom. If Nadia, Ezekiel, Mountain of Inspiration, Charlene, Joella Mendalia, if they come to everybody and say, hey, listen, here's $1 million. 200 for Kaysha, 200 for Dahlia, 200 from MJ Moto, 200 for Mountain of Inspiration, 200 for whoever. And yeah, we'll give you 30% of the money we make from your content. it sounds great in the beginning, but then they kill your possibility to become your own boss and to be free. They buy your freedom. They buy your freedom, and yeah, in the beginning it's great. Wow, 200K. If you're smart, you can actually take these 200K, invest them in the right place, and maybe from that investment, maybe you open a restaurant. You open a restaurant, your restaurant is a success. Maybe now from your restaurant you make 50K a month from your restaurant, and it was a great investment. But for a lot of people, you might put that money in a restaurant and your restaurant fails. Or you put your money, you open a hairdresser, you do something and it fails. Now what you're gonna do? You're gonna be struggling to create content, and you're gonna make 30% of that money. And those people, they will make the money. They will make your money and pay you a share from your hard work. And I really find it insulting that I worked for 30 years. For 30 years, I was in the studio every day, every night, and I was performing all around the world, making my brand, working on my stuff. And people come from nowhere and they're like, hey, we have 200K. And I'm like, I don't need your money. What? And it's funny how the reactions of the people. You're gonna tell me you don't need 200K? I don't. I'll make them myself. I can make them in 2 years. Yeah, but you can have them now. No. This is a bonbon that is tasty in the beginning, but then it becomes amer. It becomes how you call this? Yeah, whatever. It has a horrible taste after you suck on it for a little bit. At a point, it becomes horrible. And this is exactly what happened to me at Sony Music in 1998 when I was 24. When they told me, we want to sign you in publishing, that was the best day of my life. And we're going to sign you as an artist. That was the best day of my life. I was in Sony. I had Sony TV, Sony Walkmans, and now I was a Sony artist. Oh, that's amazing. And I'm a beat maker, and I got talent. I'm going to produce for everybody in there. Every artist that is part of this, all the rappers, the R&B people, I'm going to produce from all these people. And they're also going to push my career, put my music up there. And you know what happened? They didn't do shit. They did stuff. They paid for a great video. They paid for the promo. They tried to put me on the radios, etc. But they had no clue what I was doing actually. And when I was telling them, this is just the beginning. What I want is this. I want to have a label. I want to do this. I want to do that. I want to do this. They were looking at me like, what's wrong with this kid? You think you Puff Daddy? And I was like, listen, I'm not Puff Daddy. I'm Quincy Jones. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. I'm going to be a mogul. I'm going to have TV shows. I'm going to have this. I'm going to have that. I'm going to use the technologies to go there. I'm not interested just in France. I want to go I want to do the world. And those guys were looking at me like, they were looking at each other. They were laughing. And they were like, bro, just do your music. And at Sony, in the publishing, I was thinking, yo, I was going there, showing them beats, showing them all these things. And the guys were like, yeah, listen, they were making me listen to that stuff from other people. Telling me, yeah, this is real music. Yours is nice demos. Wow. And then I got caught in the politics because Sony and Bertelsmann became BMG, became Sony BMG. So a lot of people arrived that I didn't know, and those people, they had their own crew. They didn't care about me. So now I spent 5 years at Sony, and they were taking 50% of my copyright money. So not the money from the sales, the money from the plays on radios, plays on concert, the money that you get paid every 3 months by the SPA in Portugal, SACEM in France, SABAM in Belgium, PRS in London, ASCAP in the US, BMI. It's the intellectual right money. They were taking 50% of all my songs because they gave me 10,000 euros in 1998. But after that, I was like, yeah, if you gave me that money to buy me a home studio, I need you guys to push me, to put my instrumental in front of all the artists. At least they can listen and say, I want this, I don't want, whatever. They didn't do nothing. So in 2003, I've been at Sony for 5 years now. And I'm super frustrated with them because, yeah, I mean, the greatest company on earth. They could send my music to Madonna, to Michael Jackson, to P. Diddy, and they don't. Me, Lil Mauro, we have all these amazing instrumental. Both of us, we signed there, we have access to the studio, but we just do beats for nothing because our beats, nobody listens to them. The people that their job is to take our beats and go put them in front of Ricky Martin and all the big stars of those times, the French ones, the Spanish one, except they don't care. They leave us there. So what happens is that every time I make 1,000 euros of how much did I get when I signed to Sony? I think I got 100,000 in advance, but it was franc. So that's 15,000 euros. So every time I make like 500 euros of copyright money, it goes like this. I see plus 500, and then I see minus 500. Your money goes directly to Sony. So I made no money from my copyright for 5 years because it was paying back my advance. Then I start working with Section Zouk. I do my third album, super success. I do the Sumia's album, super success, Elisio, success, ABG, success. And we have this ecosystem at Section Zouk, and all of a sudden, I now generate every year 50,000 euros of copyright money. Just of money from intellectual rights. SACEM pays me every year 50,000. So after 6 months, not only Sony, so imagine when I make 50,000, 25,000 go to Sony. And now I look at them, I'm like, look at these motherfuckers. They didn't do shit. They just pay me a keyboard and this and that and gave me 7,000, which was used at the time in francs. But I'm like, and now they get 25,000 of the 50,000 that I made. Yo, that's a lot of money. But hey, listen, okay, let's go. Let's generate more. So we work. In 2004, I generate 70,000 euros of copyright money, plus sales, plus this, plus that, plus shows. But Sony receives from the 70,000 that I make, they receive 35,000. And I'm disgusted because they don't deserve that money. But I signed. So what happens is that after 7 years is the end of my contract. It's the end of my contract. So I get invited at Sony. I go there. Hey, I see the boss. Well, Nicolas, what up? I see the guy. I saw the guys that blocked me from sending my song to people. And everybody's smiling and they have champagne and they're like, wow, listen, you are one of our top composers, writers. You have so many songs. Wow, the success of the things you are doing, it's amazing. Blah, 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 blah. I'm going to use my daughter's book, and they gave me and they're like, hey, we want to propose you to sign a new contract. And we will give you, we can give you like a good advance. And yeah, you know, you're part of the family and we want you to stay in the family. And don't you love it here? You know what I told them? I said, I'd love to stay in the family. Yeah, I love all of you. But it's gonna cost you $400,000. It's gonna cost you $400,000, and $200,000 only will be in advance. Or maybe I think I said 150 will be in advance, because I know I can pay you back in a year or a year and something. And 350 will be non-recuperable. That's gonna be bonus that you give me for doing 7 years with you, bringing you a ton of money. And if you believe in me so much as you do, and you see that I make my money by myself without your help, and you want me to stay here, yeah, I'm gonna ask you, yeah, 250 bonus and 150 advance. So I can have 400,000. I can buy myself an apartment, and you will make your money back. You will make your money back from the 150 first, and then after that, from the 50% you take. And I think it's fine. Big game up. That's a lot of money, huh? I know. But I'm going to make this money. I'm going to make this money by myself if I don't do it with you, actually. If I make 100,000 next year, instead of giving you 50K, I will make 100K. So, yeah, up to you. You know, but no, I said, listen, if we calculate right? If you give me an advance of 150, you know that next year I'm going to make 100. So you're going to take 100 next year. Then the next year, and me, I'm going to live from my shows. And the next year, you will take half of the money, 50,000, and then I'm going to start making money back. So then next year, I will make 25, you will make 25. So you will make the first year, you will make 100. The second year, you will make 50 plus 25. That's 75. I will make 25. And then the third year, if I make another 100, I'll make 50. You make 50. So, of course, I will ask you to help me pay for video clips, to do this, push, blah, 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 blah. But I think it's fair. And they said, yeah, I don't think it's going to work. And I was like, all right, it's been an honor being with you for 7 years. I love you guys, and I'll pass by from time to time to say hi. And listen, that was in 2005, and we are in 2021, and every time I go to Paris, I pass by and I say hi. Hey, what up, everybody? How are you? And they're like, wow, we're proud of you, of what you're doing. I was like, hey. And listen, if we take all the money I made when I was super active in the French market, if they accepted that deal, they probably would have made 300,000 to 400,000 from my work, from their 50%, after recuperating from their advance. Or maybe less, maybe 300 or 200, I don't know, but they would have largely made their money back. Even the bonus, they would have made all that money back. And they would still make money today because they would still get 50% of everything I do. And I make music for Blaya, I just made a fantastic track for Rita Guerra here in Portugal that will be probably in all the novellas here. So I'm still active. I'm still making money. My next moves is making money from movies, from TV series, etc. And they would be part of the adventure. But they show me that they don't believe. So we didn't sign a contract. At the end of my contract, I was free from them. So I was making 100% from my money. And so that was 2005. And 2 years after that, I signed a contract to do Les DS, the album. And in the album, I produced 80% of the songs. I don't remember how many songs is in the album, but I did like all the hits. The two of the 3 singles that were shot in video were, one was produced by me, the other was produced and written by me. And from that project alone, we generated as a 800,000. Just that project. In that 800,000, my part was 200. And then the rest was divided by EMI and the people that assigned the publishing just for that project. If I was still at Sony, just from that project, they would have made 200,000. Because I generated myself around 600,000. And half of it went to all the different publishers. My part was 250. I think I had the first was 100, then I got 50, then I got 50, then I got another 50 or whatever. I don't remember, but we generated a ton of money from that project. And my part that I made was 40% of some songs, 25% of some songs, 50% of some songs, and everything else was going to the publishers. And if they believed in me, that was their part. So they would probably have made 300 to 250 just from that project. Plus the 4 albums of Sumia, the 4 albums of Eligio, my 10 albums, this, that. But you know what it taught me? That 100% of 100 is 100. 50% of 100 is 50. 30% of 100 is 30. And that's how I live today. So when these big companies come to see me today, they don't understand. They are talking to Rambo. They're talking to a veteran. They're talking to somebody who is not impressed by 300. Like, listen, if you told me, listen, 2 million for everything, I said, okay, let's go. Because I know what I'm going to do with these 2 millions. But 200,000, guys, like, come on. Please, respect yourself. Ayez un peu de, respectez-vous. Ayez un peu de retenue. Because, and listen, I don't blame them. It's a consolidation game. If you buy tomorrow 100 YouTube channels that generate each of them 100 euros per month, if you have those 100 channels, you're making 100,000 from all the channels every month, and you just give them a percentage, and you make them lazy because they know they receive a salary or something. And if you stay independent, sometimes it's hard because you're small, and maybe you're gonna spend a whole year using your own company that doesn't pay you in the beginning to put your logo there. But one day you will wake up and you will see another logo here. And it's just gonna mean that the show is getting bigger. Yesterday I met somebody who was telling me, yo, listen, everybody love your podcast in London. People, I wasn't, a guy that works for a magazine in London told me, yo, listen, some white guys came from, and they were like, yo, there's this guy Kaysha. You know Kaysha? I was like, yeah, I know Kaysha. Oh, he has a podcast called Club Shada. It's amazing. The information is, and he was like, he was shocked. I was not. And he was like, yo, this is crazy. Can you imagine? I was like, yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm pushing. And yeah, listen, once you get your freedom, never sign it away. If you don't have it yet, I can understand. You got kids, you got this, da 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 da. Somebody came, see your show, see the potential that they can do with you. They say, listen, we're gonna pay material, we're gonna pay that, we're gonna pay the bandwidth, we're gonna pay the internet, we're gonna pay you your rent for 5 years, we're gonna do this, we're gonna give you a salary. Why not? But if you already bought your freedom, you went through all that before, for a long time, you let people steal from you, etc., so you can build this? No. Nobody can come and propose me an advance. You can buy me. Yeah. You can say, listen, we want to buy Club Shada, Sushiraw music, all the masters, blah, 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 blah. We'll give you $1 million, $2 million, $3 million. Listen, with a $3 million, I know where I will invest this money to generate more money than I'm generating now from that money. I would probably generate with my $3 million. I know how to generate 300,000 per year, which is 3 times what I'm generating. So, it's worth it. But with 200, what you want me to do with 200? But a lot of people, they get impressed by numbers because they don't get it, because they don't understand what goes with the numbers. They don't understand what goes with signing your life away or the blood pact. They don't understand what goes with it. They just believe, oh my God, I've been signed. And they don't realize all the money is made in the shadows. You here in the limelight, you're not making the money. You just here, you talking, you here, you're the beautiful person, great. People love you, amazing. Yeah, you don't eat people loving you. It doesn't, yeah, you're getting nice money, great. But in the shadows, the real money is being made. And then you receive a percentage of that money. You receive 10%, 5%, 30%, whatever. When you are on your own operation and you are in your own independence, every penny you do is yours. I share with YouTube, of course. YouTube take 30% of the money from the super chats, from the views. Spotify take 30%, etc. But then it's just me, the platform, you guys. It's not a bunch of people in the shadows, because in the shadows, it's me as well. Because I make 100% of the money I generate from my art, from my work, from my words, from my intelligence, from my strategies. And nobody will take this freedom away from me. Never. And if I say, hey, listen, this show now belongs to whatever, or I do a good deal like that, trust me, it will not be an advance. It will be, oh, listen, we're paying this and now it's ours, but keep doing your thing, sign a contract, blah, 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 blah. And yeah, listen, no problem. I'll go take my money, invest it in the right places. And yeah, listen, I'm sure I'm going to receive more emails and more as people are discovering the scope of what I've been doing the last 30 years. More people will come and try to. And I'll be laughing. And listen, some of the things that I'm doing right now, if they go where I want, I will laugh even more, because even when they come, I will be like, I got that money, I don't need it. So I mean, there's a lot of money. Why is everybody laughing to this money? It's a lot of money. Yep. You know, I don't know if an artist has to be desperate. The thing is, I'm not desperate, and I don't need the money. I don't need yeah, listen, somebody give me 200 for as to buy a painting, something. I know what I would do with it, but my rent is paid already. I pay my rent 6 months. So when I receive one of my royalties, I pay my rent from August until March, and then from March until or February or March until the next year. So what I pay daily or monthly are the bills, the small bills, etc. Because I created this ecosystem where I'm fine, and I generate enough passive income. Sorry, but if you take somebody who lives in I don't know, somebody who lives in Africa or just arrived in Europe, doesn't have money, lives with an auntie and some cousins, and there's a lot of people in the house, and because life happened, that person has 3 kids to feed and is just struggling, having a shitty job, etc. And somebody arrives to them and tell them, hey, here's 200,000. Listen, that's the best offer ever for them. Not because they're miserable or desperate, but because for them it's amazing. I see it completely differently because I understand the business behind it. I understand a lot of things, and I have the experience. Thank you. What up, Ralphie? Le grand producteur Joël Amen. What up? I am self-employed. I don't collect paycheck from anybody. I know it's not easy. Having said that, what these music executives are offering is modern day slavery. Or sometimes a door to the exit. The difference is, back in the days, you had no other choice than that. Today, you have all the tools. Listen, you can record your music with this microphone that costs $200. Record it in your phone that you already have. Mix it with the plugins that are automatic, or send it to somebody that will mix it for $50. Go to DistroKid or CD Baby, upload the music to all the platforms, and start making money. And then just promote. So today you have a choice. You have choices. Today you have the possibility, like me, to be a one-man operation and doing all this work by yourself, releasing, like being able to have a show where all the music that's in the back has been done by you. I have this possibility. Back in the days, this was impossible. Today, you can have this whole operation where you can see the comments, you have screens around you, all these things. Yeah, listen, okay, my shit is a little fancy, but wait, the screen is 800, the iPad is 1,000, the camera is 1,006, so that's 800, 1000, 1800, 2800, 3400, 3500, 3600, 3800. I guess that's it. Okay. Plus paying eCam for a year. I would say with a 5,000, and maybe you don't need that much, because my screen is big. With 3,000 euros, you can get exactly this image, because there's some cameras that are older than this one, but they have exactly the same quality from Sony that you can get for really less than that, and you have this image quality. Yeah, so, and for those who've been there in the beginning, it was not the quality from the beginning. It was something that I built episode after episode. So you can start using your phone, and then you go from there. And then every time you can, you buy a little bit. I don't know if people remember the old microphone. That was the second microphone I used. Now it's this one. So we are really in this age where you have the choice as a creator. And listen, back in the days, you wanted to have a show, you needed to have a job at a TV. Today, all of us, listen, half of us here have our own YouTube channels where we are being the owners of our destinies. And those people, that's their job, to try to buy that. It is what it is. Yeah. As I say, it all depends where you are in your life. But I find it funny when I receive those emails or those proposals from people who know that I'm fine. But it makes me think that, hey, Heather, it makes me think that some of those people believe that after the pandemic, after 2 years without doing any shows, I'm in the same situation as a bunch of other artists. So they arrive with he must be suffering like the others. This is the moment to come and seize his assets. But no, I created a business that works, pandemic, no pandemic, me here, not here, working, not working, sick, not sick. Like I was saying, I've said this all the time to people. When I was having COVID, I could not raise a finger. I didn't know if I would wake up the next day. I was still making money. And I was saying to myself, I have to tell my wife, I have to find the force to tell my wife all the codes to where the money goes so that they can stay fine without me. That's where I was when I was like, I don't know if I'm going to make it. But then I was like, nah, my mission is not over. Too many things to do. So I start fighting. But still, when I wake up from, I did 3 weeks without doing Club Shada, I think, if I remember well. I did 3 weeks without doing Club Shada. I did probably 2 weeks without touching a computer, just being there in the bed. And when I got back to my computer, I had 3 singles released because I had everything planned. So my singles release automatically because I upload them in advance. So I had three singles that got released. I got like money that came in my PayPal, my this, my that. And yeah, listen, my family was still functioning even if I was just in bed, not being able to function. My wife had my credit card and she could go buy groceries. She could, and the lights were being paid automatically. All these things that I set up were there. So, but I understand that a lot of people during the pandemic, they got themselves in a situation where they realized that all the money they were making was only from shows. And when you have 2 years without shows, during the pandemic, I was here doing Club Shada. I was making super chats. I was making YouTube views. I was making streams. I was making all that. So my business was still working, even if it dipped a little bit from all the clubs that were closed, all the bars that are playing playlists. So we talked about this in different episodes, but I'm fine. But a lot of people are not fine. A lot of artists are not fine. And the vultures are ready to come and say, oh, you have difficulty paying your rents? Listen, we can give you 15K. At least you can pay your rent for a year. But yeah, we want all these songs. We want your 2-3 albums. And if you're desperate, because you haven't made any shows, you sign your life away. Can't blame them. But hey, listen, it is what it is. I'm happy that I could talk to you about this. As you see, I'm a little sick, so I'm not gonna hold you any longer. And listen, 2 hours is great for Club Shada. See you all Wednesday. I hope you enjoyed. If you enjoyed the conversation and this little episode about the numerous people trying to buy the freedom, it's funny because I receive all kind of prices: 200, 30,000, 3,000. All these people make me laugh. But hey, if you enjoyed this story and my opinions on it, and yeah, give me the unicorns. It's October, nice unicorns. But hey, thanks for watching. I'm gonna leave you with a song called, let me see what I'm gonna play from my I know exactly what I'm gonna play. I want to play a song by me called You So Fine. So You So Fine was released in my album African Prince. And yeah, it's a song that I like. I don't know why I like this song, but I like it. It's a song produced by me and written by me. All right. So enjoy the music, and I will see you with pleasure Wednesday after I take my allergy pills. And it's probably because I'm tired as well. But hey, peace. Shada gang, see you Wednesday.